Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Aeon and I'm a photographer from the Philippines. I do portraits and fashion photos in my channel. So if you're new here, please do check my videos out, and if you like it, please do subscribe. Today we will emulate Japanese film style portraits shot with my digital camera, Sony A7C. So I was given an opportunity by the Dehancer team to do an honest review of their film emulation plugin, Dehancer Pro. The Dehancer Pro is a complete tool that can be used for your photo editing softwares such as Adobe Lightroom, Photoshop, Capture One, and Affinity Photo. Also, I want to mention that they have released their newest iOS app, so you guys can check it out on the App Store. If you want to get 10% discount on your purchase, just use my code below, and I'll also put it in the description so you won't miss it. So here's a quick run through of how to use the Dehancer plugin. I'll be using the Adobe Lightroom for today's video. The photo I'm using is already pre-color graded in Adobe Camera Raw, so I'm just gonna import my pictures here for you to see. Just right click and edit in Dehancer. There you have three options: edit a copy with Lightroom adjustments, edit a copy, and edit original. I'm gonna choose the edit with Lightroom adjustments so we can go back if there is any changes needed. So here I saved some of my personal favorites. I made some minor tweaks, saved it as presets from the film stocks available in the left section. You can mark them as favorites so you won't forget the next time you edit. Just giving you a disclaimer, I'm not a professional colorist, so feel free to give comments that could help me improve. So let's check the tools we can use for this preset. By the way, I haven't done anything about this picture yet, and we're going to try experimenting with this one. They have 11 beautiful tools for color grading film, and we're gonna tackle it one by one. So here, as you can see, some of the tools are unchecked, meaning there are only specific tools used for the specific film stock, which I assume that's the closest look they could get. So let's get into the first tool. It's the source. This is kind of easy to understand. Exposure compensation is like, the exposure in the Adobe Lightroom. And then temperature comp is like the cool and the warm. Yeah, same. And the tint comp, it's also the same. It's like a green and the magenta shift in Adobe Lightroom. The fringe is a tool to remove the unnecessary detail in a photo. Usually it happens in a contrasty photo. It was caused by the chromatic aberrations from your lens. Usually happens in digital photography. Contrast boost, in a very simple terms, is like adding or subtracting contrast. Very easy. Gamma correction, the color separation. Let's zoom it out. Zoom in. Nothing happens. And the color boost, it's like a saturation. I haven't done anything about the source because I don't think we have to do something about it, because I think my photo is color corrected enough from the previous edit that I made. So I used Adfachrome film stock here, as you can see. So let's go to the film compression. So notice when I checked the film compression panel, it added detail in the photo. So usually when your photos are overexposed, highlight clipping happens. It causes loss of data or even no data at all in the highlights. Film compression recovers that. I don't think my photo needs much film compression, so I'm just gonna lower the impact just to achieve the right film vibe. And the white point, not very blown out. Tonal range, just like that. The color density, I don't think I need to use this one. I'm using Kodak Enduro gloss paper. We can adjust the saturation, But if you want your picture very close to your digital version, just use linear. If you try this Cineon Film Log, it just straight flattens your photo. What I observed in Fujifilm print film, it's more on teal shadows instead of a golden warm picture. Let's try my version. I'm gonna use Kodak Endure glossy paper. I want my photo as close as possible with what I edited. So one thing I noticed when digital photographers are trying to emulate film photography with their digital pictures, the first thing they look for is the grain.
What I love about the Dehancer is their ability to provide authentic film grain texture in the photo. If you notice, film grains are different from digital grains. Digital grains are quite even unlike in film. Film grain gives off different textures and patterns if you look closely.
So I turn it on. It's like a texture of a real paper. I'm just gonna lessen the amount of greens here. So you can adjust it. You can zoom in so that you can see how it changes. That's how it looks. So we're just gonna add. So for the resolution, what if we try to bring it down? We try to bring it up. So yeah, the lower the resolution, the more it looks like a film. We're just gonna go in the middle. Yeah, like that. Because I want this photo to look like still HD, but at the same time, it has the film vibe. There are 3 options to adjust here. What is the difference of a film grain to a digital grain? In film, there are different amounts of grain per highlights, per shadows, per midtones. So I'm gonna try and adjust the shadows like minimal. In the midtones, I think I have to work here, right here. All right, and the highlights. I'm gonna lessen the highlights. So what do you think of my photo? I also want to explain here what's the film type. So there are 2 film types here, the negative and the positive. So if we adjust the negative, it has so much grain in it. And if we adjust to positive, it lessens the grain. It almost looks like a digital photography now. So I'm just gonna stick to negative if I needed the change that I wanted. So there is also mode in this film grain, analog and the digital. If you choose the analog mode, this is much closer to the film vibe that I'm looking for. So if you choose the digital, the grain will look like what I'm talking about earlier, the similar grains in a photo of a digital photo. Adjust the amount so you can see. So that's it, and let's compare it to the analog. So this is my favorite tool in this plugin. It almost looks like a real film when you turn it on. This is something that does not exist in digital cameras. Look how highlightation adds to the softness of the photo. So let's dive into it. I just think the highlightation is too much for this photo. So I'm just gonna adjust the source limiter. Source limiter, by the way, is the tool to limit the setting of each tool. So for this one, I'm gonna turn this up to lessen the source. Oh yeah, I think this is appropriate. And the background gain. Smoothness is like a feather. So the local diffusion, I think this is the highlightation of the subject itself. And the global diffusion is much wider in a sense. I don't need to amplify everything. In the hue. Oh, you can change the color of the highlightation? Amazing, amazing. So the blue comp, I don't think it gives much difference in the impact. Oh, it's just like a source limiter. I'm not sure what's the difference. I think this is the highlightation that I needed. So if you're not sure what you're doing or if you don't see any difference in your photo, just turn the mask mode on. So here you can see what's happening in your photo. Bloom is like you're wearing ProMist filter in your lens. When too much highlight comes in, it softens. In easy terms, it's like soft glow. And it's very essential in Japanese photography. From what I observed, Japanese photography is like nostalgic, soft memories with a calming presence of a subject. It's very relaxing. They use bright colors, so if you soften the edges, I think it's very beautiful. So if we use Bloom here, oh, did you see that? The highlight is very sharp in this previous setting, but when I turn it on, look. Just gonna lessen the source limiter so that you can see diffusion. I'm just gonna turn everything down. Ooh, okay. I'm sorry for this. The very sharp image versus with Bloom. It's very soft, but this is not appropriate, so I'm just gonna tweak it. So this is what happens if you overuse the highlights here. It's like a unfinished masking in Photoshop. It's not good, it's not good. So I'm gonna adjust something here. Turn to mask mode. These are the affected areas because these are all the highlights of the picture. Save lights is when you wanna save the highlights, but in this case, I want it to shine. I'm just gonna add more highlights in here. Oh, I'm just gonna follow the recommended. You see, there is like a glowing sunshine in the subject. It adds this dreamy effect in your picture. Now it looks like a very nostalgic picture. Say I wanna change the color of this picture, so I'm going to the color hand. So let's check this. So what if it tried to change the whole thing? Like we turn this picture into warm greens, try to shift the yellow blue. Let's see what happens. Oh, okay. Let's go to the yellow. Better. So it looks like a golden film. Let's try the magenta green. Nope. Okay. Here it is. This cyan red. Perfect. Oh, I really like this color. It's nice. Not really my style, but this is very nice for a film look. I'm just getting nostalgic vibe here. Very easy to use. Let's go to the shadows tone. So it's like a split toning. Let's adjust the shadows tone. The midtones. Oh. If you adjust the midtones, it looks like a flatter, warm image. But I just want a balanced one. So just a little bit. The highlights tone. Oh yeah. If you adjust the highlights tone up, the overall tone of the picture will follow the color of your highlights. Am I right? Oh my god. I don't know what I'm saying. You want to preserve the exposure. It's like lessening the effects that you did in this photo. I'm just gonna brighten. My mind changed. Just gonna brighten it. Let's go to the vignette. Although I don't think I need this, but just gonna show you what happens when you adjust the vignette. Oh, the feather is matte, so let's tone down a little bit. So you see the vignette, it's like a black clouding the picture. For me, I don't think I need this. Let's turn that on.
That's it. Let me show the before and after. Thank you so much for watching this video. Overall, this plugin changed my game in photography. To be honest, film photography is expensive, am I right? I just wish for them to have an update where batch editing is available. And if that happens, it's so perfect for photographers who are shooting events like me.